How's it going, everybody? Finally, finally, after waiting since I would say late last year, we had to wait a few more months and people theorizing, speculating on when we're going to get this DLC, and even the devs saying it'll be early 2025, and apparently that's changed. Well, Lies of P Overture DLC was revealed during the state of play and launches this summer on PS4, PS5, but obviously it's going to be on other platforms as well, PC, Xbox. So, going off of the PlayStation blog that talks about it, Lies of P director shares inspirations to new DLC that's a prequel to the original story. And I was actually surprised to find this out. I thought this was going to be a continuation of the base game story. And in the trailer, it does say it requires the base game to play it. Still surprising. I did not think it was going to be a prequel. And then the devs already confirmed there is a sequel in development as well. And I got to give them credit because this game came out, September 2023? And we're getting DLC finally for it 2 years later, almost 2 years later from the first game. I mean, summer it's technically still encompasses September, so we might not get this till September, the 2-year anniversary of the game. We might not, I don't know. Or this may come in July or August, who knows? But it's just crazy, like getting this DLC out. The reason I give them credit because they are not necessarily like this big, well-known studio either. They're new, so they're a small studio. So the fact they're able to get this out in 2 years' time, roughly, is impressive because sometimes, you don't get DLC until much later. If it's a smaller scale game, DLC comes out a bit more faster, even for indie devs and studios, because it's smaller scale, not as much, complex assets and things in the game. But yeah, let's go into this though with the PlayStation blog. So across the bounds of time, and join in my excitement as we take you back to the beginning of Lies of P storyline. I'm sure you'll agree that the long journey to bring you this news was well worth it. First gameplay trailer for Lies of P Overture was just unveiled at State of Play, filled with incredible revelations. This prequel is a DLC expansion to the original game. This was a historic debut for us, and it was especially gratifying to share the cinematic moment with fans, veterans of Souls-like games, and newcomers alike. As you might have guessed from the title, Lies of P Overture takes you back in time to uncover the hidden stories of Krat. Do you remember the moment when you, as Geppetto's most ambitious masterwork, woke up in the middle of the Great Puppet Frenzy, a massacre that devastated the entire city around you? Now you'll venture back in time to experience the harrowing journey that birthed that fateful moment. Through Lies of P Overture, we aim to fully refine, forge, and complete the story as we originally envisioned it. There's a term in movie making known as a director's cut. This version differs from an initial theatrical release and usually includes additional footage the filmmaker believes perfects the work. With Lies of P Overture, I wonder if we subconsciously aim to create a developer's cut of Lies of P. Our production crew had so many stories and features they were eager to explore. We were constantly brainstorming until the very end. Figuring out how to weave these elements into Lies of P Overture was a major challenge for me as the director. With this new retrospective, we've committed to ensuring that the love and support we receive for Lies of P is honored and, at the same time, telling the story we've always wanted to share. Rest assured, we'll continue giving it our all until the very end. I'd also like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude for all the feedback and insight we received from our citizens of Krat since the launch of Lies of P. Your invaluable feedback significantly aided our developers in perfecting Lies of P and its dramatic prequel, dropping this summer on PS4, PS5, and PS5 Pro, but obviously it's going to be coming out on PC and Xbox as well. And he ends off with saying, our fans, beloved community of gamers, you complete us. Join our team in concluding the remarkable story arc of Lies of P. Thank you always. Very cool stuff there. New details from the director of Lies of P. Awesome, awesome. And yeah, very much looking forward to this. Considering we did not get a Bloodborne remake or remaster announced, this is going to at least help, comfort me in terms of my Bloodborne need. And seriously though, objectively speaking, this is the best Souls-like or Souls game not made by From Software, in my opinion, as well as a lot of people's opinions. Like, this dev team is knowing what they're doing. I trust them. We're getting some new weapons and new enemies and bosses to fight in this DLC. I'm excited for it. I wonder what they're going to price it at. I don't know. I would imagine maybe 30, 40 bucks at most, but then hopefully maybe it's like $20. That'd be nice, 2025, but we have to wait and see. They haven't said anything about the price yet, just that, you need the base game to play it. I'm excited to go jump back into it. I don't know where you started at either. They did not confirm how you start the DLC yet. So I imagine they'll let us know in the future, maybe another state of play, or maybe in another event, maybe Summer Games Fest. Honestly, that's probably where they're going to show up again and give us the release date for this and give us like the details on how and where we started. But yeah, this is definitely a game, or sorry, expansion I'm looking forward to. This Bloodborne style inspired game. I love it. I love it. I love it. Definitely, like, aside from Bloodborne, probably might be my third favorite game of all time. Now, yeah, I think this is actually, because Final Fantasy X is my favorite game of all time, then Bloodborne, and now Lies of P. Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to the new weapons to try out, new boss fights to tackle. I'm hoping they're fun and balanced out. I do not want them to be too easy. Do not nerf these bosses. I was so upset when, like, I guess there was so much fan feedback or backlash about how difficult some of the bosses were in the base game that the devs, like, okay, we'll do an update and patch that. And they made them less challenging. Certain ones, not all of them, but certain ones. And it's like, man, no. Because I'm a masochist for Souls-likes and difficult games, guys, okay? I know not everybody's like that. I get it. Everybody has a different play style, different, like, level of enjoyment when it comes to difficulty and things like that. But, man, if you're making a Souls-like, though, do not nerf the bosses, unless obviously there's an obvious issue and a boss is doing something they should not be doing. That was not an intention by the devs. I get that. But man, I like fun challenges. A lot of these games these days feel too easy. So, and I guess I'm just one of these, old fossils that grew up on how games were like in the 80s and 90s. That were super difficult. I would say argue even more difficult than some of these games today, because from beat 'em ups to platformers, to other games, even RPGs, I would argue some of them were very more difficult back in the day in the 90s compared to now. So, and I still, with me growing up with that mindset and perspective, I still want fun challenges. I don't want to be too easy, but we'll see with this one. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know when I first did a video about the DLC stuff, people like watched it and were, excited about it, gave their feedback and opinions like that. So I asked you guys to give your opinions on this one too. Let me know what you think about this. Are you excited for it with these details we now know, with, new enemies, new weapons? We're returning to the city of Krat, going back in time. We're going to meet the legendary Stalker. We're going to master new combat style of our choice as well. So many cool stuff about this DLC in this game. Love it, love it, love it. But let me know your thoughts and comments below. Sound off. And if you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, hit that like, subscribe if you're new. My name's Mike, and I'll see you in the next video.